There's been a lot of debate throughout human history of it, whether Julius Caesar's reaction to Pompey Magnus's death was genuine or not. And I think it is, because Caesar and Pompey, for one, knew each other for a very, very long time. Even if they were largely political allies who became political enemies, they still actually maintained I'm pretty sure, like, as far as I know, they maintained a pretty close personal relationship. Kind of like how Kaiser Wilhelm and Tsar Nicholas in World War One had actually a very, very close personal relationship. They were just opposite sides of the war. Not only that, but Julius Caesar had extreme trauma from one of his best friends being killed in Sulla's purges during the proscriptions. Caesar, throughout his entire life, unless they were not, Romans, and if they were barbarians, it was like, whatever. But when it came to other Romans, he would always show clemency and always show forgiveness. He only executed one person throughout the entire Civil War, as far as I know, and it was, I can't remember the guy's name. Roman names were long and annoying, but he essentially was one of the senators who rebelled initially and was captured, and then broke an oath to Caesar that he wouldn't rebel again. And so, he kind of had to. But that was like the one example. In every other example, he tried to. He brought in the enemy soldiers into his army. He would bring the senators who were defeated into his inner circle, like Brutus, right? So, Caesar, he genuinely wanted his rule to be legitimate as well. So, even taking away from the personal aspect, Pompey being alive was very important for his political legitimacy, because if he was killed, then he would definitely be considered a tyrant, right? And he says, even in his writings, that he genuinely regrets not pardoning Pompey. Now, yeah. And one last thing as well is that the fact is that Pompey was essentially known as like the next Alexander the Great. He was Pompey Magnus. He was Pompey the Great. He conquered the entire East for Rome, including Jerusalem. He was like uber famous. He was going to be the man who conquered Parthia. And so, like, this great individual who was a symbol of all Romanness was just murdered by a bunch of barbarians. So, like, it was a case of, well, of course Caesar's gonna react like that. Who wouldn't? I would react that way. Like, even, like, that's barbaric. Like, they show off your buddy's best friend's head. Like, what the fuck? That would be traumatizing. So I would actually not be surprised if Caesar went absolutely hysteric.